much. Thank you. What a magnificent crowd. I want to begin by thanking, I love you back. Thank you. I want to start by thanking Tempest, Dolores, and Pete for their wonderful work on behalf of this campaign and a wonderful introduction. I'm so grateful to them. Together they represent what is best in America. You've got a young person who is on her way to college but has to make sure that she can finance it. You've got somebody, a small businesswoman who's doing everything right but is still having trouble with getting health insurance for herself and her employees. You've got somebody who has served this country with distinction. A young man who also knows, though, that we've got too many homeless veterans on the streets and disabled veterans who are struggling to get the resources that they need. And so, together, this is a portrait of what's best in this country, and for them to be here, but more importantly, to work every day to try to bring about the change that's going to make people's lives better. I'm just so proud of them, so give them a big round of applause. I also want to acknowledge my regional field director, Nicole Price. Is Nicole around? Where's Nicole? Where is she? Nicole, come on up here. Here's Nicole. Nicole is doing a great job. I know that Nicole's doing a great job because I used to be a community organizer. Now, that's how I moved to Chicago right after college to help set up job training programs for the unemployed and after-school programs for youth and economic development for communities that had fallen on hard times. I was working with churches down in the area, and it was the best education I had because it taught me ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they're given an opportunity. So, when I see these young people who are putting their heart and soul into the campaign, I am just so inspired by them. I want to make sure that they're getting their due, they're getting their credit. Now, understand, Nicole's job is to get you to primary, to get you to vote in the primary coming up on Saturday. More specifically, she's trying to get you to vote for me on primary day. So that's her job. My job is to be so persuasive today that at the end of this little get-together, over the next 20 minutes or so, you all decide to yourselves, you know what, I've got to vote for that guy for president of the United States. It has almost been a year since I was in this building. There may be a few of you who were here on that night. That was shortly after I had announced that I was running for president. I stood at the steps of the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois, and I announced this unlikely journey to change America. Now, I have to say I did not choose to run because of some long-held ambitions. I know people have been going through my kindergarten papers, but that's not why I decided to run. That's not why I decided to run. I did not decide to run because I thought it was somehow owed to me. I decided to run because of what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. Because I believe there's such a thing as being too late. And that hour is almost upon us. You know it in your own lives. We are at a defining moment in our history. Our nation is at war. Our planet is in peril. The dream that so many generations fought for feels as if it's slowly slipping away. And we're working harder for less. Never paid more for college, never paid more for health care, never paid more for gas at the pump. Jobs are moving overseas. I was talking to somebody from Greenville. One of the reporters said 2 plants closing, 1,000 jobs lost. People having to figure out how they're going to make ends meet. It's hard to save, it's harder to retire. And the worst thing about it is that people have lost trust, they've lost faith that their government can or will do anything about it. Now, I have to say that when I looked at what was going on in this country a year ago, I said to myself, we can't afford to wait. We can't afford to fix our healthcare system. We can't afford to wait to fix our school system. We can't afford to wait to bring an end to global warming. We can't afford to wait to have trade policies that make sense for American workers. We cannot afford to wait to bring this war in Iraq to an end. By the way, I just realized, this is what happens when you're running for president. I said we can't afford to fix our healthcare system as opposed to I can't afford to wait. Normally I wouldn't stop. But when you're running for president, they will take that little snippet and they will run it and say he's opposed to healthcare. So I just wanted to make sure everybody's on record now. I caught that mistake. This is how it works. You're like, Senator, what do you mean? So I also realized that the size of our challenges had outstripped the capacity of a broken healthcare of a broken politics to solve. That our politics was too divided, that people were hungry, desperate for a different kind of politics. A politics that was based on our common values and our common ideals. A politics that wasn't based on tearing each other down, but was based on lifting the country up. A politics that was based not on ideology, but on practicality. It wasn't based on spin and PR, but was based on straight talk and common sense. And most of all, South Carolina, I was betting on you. I was betting on the fact that the American people are not as divided the way our politics would suggest, that we are a decent and generous people. And we are willing to work hard and sacrifice for future generations. And if we could just mobilize together to challenge the special interests that have come to dominate Washington, but also to challenge ourselves to be better, then there was no problem we could not solve. There was no destiny that we could not fulfill. And I have to tell you, South Carolina, that after a year of traveling across this country, my faith has been vindicated, because the American people have insisted to me over and over again that they are ready for change. They want something new. They want to turn the page.